As you saw, Dick's emotional crescendo here is everything. Like Way Down East, his character's pain begins in his eyes, spreads to the rest of his face before taking over his entire body. It's truly amazing to watch Dick in action. I'm not sure if I have seen another actor that uses so much of their body in their performances. The New York Times wrote, "The story is admirably suited to Mr. Barthelmess' youth, ability, and good looks." The film appears to have also been commercially successful. 1927 proved to be a very busy year for Dick. He, along with many other actors like Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford, founded the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences, an honorary organization that you know best as the Order of the Oscars. Speaking of Oscars, Dick received an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor for two of his 1927 films, The Noose and The Patent Leather Kid, which I will discuss here. You may be thinking it sure was convenient for him to help found the Academy and then get a nomination, which I thought also for a second, but having seen the sheer range, depth, and emotional vulnerability of his acting thus far, I think it's safe to say he received his nomination on merit alone. The Patent Leather Kid saw Dick as a title character, an arrogant, selfish boxer who initially resists the call to enlist during World War I, despite encouragement from his girl, Curly, played by Molly O'Day. The kid is drafted, however, and rises to the occasion to show heroism in battle, returning from the war severely wounded. It was a multifaceted, nuanced character that provided Dick the opportunity to really build a fascinating, complicated person on the screen. Take a look at this clip that occurs right after the kid's return from war. As you saw, a doctor is trying to get the injured kid to move his hand, and the kid is unable to. In addition, he is also paralyzed from the waist down, or so he thinks. The sheer pain of the character, per usual, shows through Dick's powerful ability to convey mountains of emotions with only his eyes and face. Spoiler alert, the kid is able to will his hand to move soon at the end of the film so that he can salute the American flag, and winds up finding the strength to stand and salute in the process with his love Curly by his side. It was a beautiful, patriotic ending. The Patent Leather Kid not only got Dick an Oscar nomination and critical acclaim, more about that in a second, but was his biggest blockbuster hit since 1920's Way Down East. It was the fifth highest grossing film of 1927 and made Dick number 9 at the box office the following year. Critics raved about Dick's performance. The New York Times wrote, "Richard Barthelmess in The Patent Leather Kid excels further than any performance he has hitherto given. There is not a single flaw in his acting throughout this long feature." Dick's other Oscar-nominated film was The Noose, which saw him play a crooked gangster-type role. He also made The Drop Kick in 1927, a college football film, and 4 more silent films before and by 1929. In 1929, he was ready to make his talkie debut in Weary River, which I'm actually about to watch this evening. Where did Dick's career go after he made his talkie debut? Check back with me next weekend to find out the concluding story on Dick Barthelmess. Thank you so much for joining me, and as always, have a great night and a great rest of your weekend.